Just to reaffirm, I suppose, the stakes of this matchup here, this is 100 Thieves that are now one map away from claiming the first seed in their group. It's a big deal, really, when you look at Stage 2 overall, big picture stuff, because there's only one event left in a year, and it's the big one. It's the biggest one of all, so every opportunity you can get to get even closer to attending and really cementing yourself as a top dog team heading to the event, even better for them.
And just to look at the flip side of that, if Leviatán lose this game, they have to pray for Loud to lose in the final match of Stage 2. So that means the very last game of the season is going to have huge implications for who makes it through the playoffs. Me, kind of rooting for that, actually. Yeah. But hey,
you want the games to matter after this one?
Exactly.
Okay.
Just wanting the games to matter towards the end of the week, because often this week 5 can be a little silly, but we've got ourselves some absolute bangers. And this promises to be another one on Sunset, in my opinion. LEV, I believe I've only played it once. They played it against MIBR. They crushed them. But that was bad MIBR before they really picked their stuff up again. And 100 Thieves have been hot and cold here. They had one extremely good game against NRG that sticks in my memory. And then obviously last week they got crushed. They couldn't really do much at all on their defense side. And there were holes all over the map.
Yeah, there certainly were.
Now, one of the big things that I want to look at is whether or not those holes exist here and whether King can exploit them. Because the biggest hole was in Market. Kess, the desk, Wyatt in particular, talking about how good Kess is at anchoring, and he is so correct. He's absolutely true. But that also means that Kess doesn't tend to use his utility for info around the map very much. And that creates holes that 100 Thieves have got to be very proactive about monitoring. And on this map in particular, Loud, Robbie BK, and the coaching staff had the read. Does LEV?
That's map pick, so I'm going to assume that they've done their homework. Looking to see if they can exploit potential gaps in the play overall here as we're getting started into Sunset. These teams are gearing up potentially for a clash towards mid. Door's going to be closed so early on. A dart, a smoke. Popped up nice and early here. 100 Thieves having no pushback over towards A main.
Arsenal loves playing A main aggressively. You'll see him here with Xander all the time. And here, LEV take that timing up through top mid. Look, no trip here, no cam, no players.
Very aware.
This is a big gap, but Kess is watching Boba. And now EU started to watch behind, but he's only got a frenzy.
Just one man to really try and hold back the onslaught, and his attention is going to be pulled just from that one player. Look at it, they've slipped into the gap already, straight past it once more. Does he even know how many players are forwards? 100 Thieves make a call. They're going to try and take the fight straight forwards, carve out a place onto the map for them to see if they can survive this, but LEV overwhelm. They surround, and they take up the entirety of the A site now. It's 2 players left to scramble, Xander and Kess. You might as well make a play for it onto the pistol round. You got nothing to lose.
It was a good protocol from 100 Thieves to push forward into Com. How he hit that shot while stunned made a big difference for LEV in a 4v2 now.
Smokes up, going to push forwards, 3, 2, 1 together. Xander left alone towards it, but there's flashes in your face. You're blind as anything. Leviatán going to be just adding another one to the tally of the impressive pistol round win rates that they've been accruing so far in Stage 2.
You couldn't get a better example of exactly what we were talking about with 100 Thieves.
Really, didn't we?
Exactly, 100 Thieves having gaps around the map and Leviatán exploiting them. I mean, that pistol shows that exactly. I appreciate that he moved his microphone.
His mic away.
Yeah, so that King doesn't fray him later on. Yeah.
Important one, though. Means a lot for Leviatán, as we mentioned, because of the stakes. They want Destiny to be in their own hands.
Absolutely.
Loss here would be disastrous. You're biting your nails watching that final match of week 5. And this is it. Look at this. Quad face down mid.
And 100 Thieves love to do this, but the smoke as it disappears.
The barrel's pointed out. They just try and creep it into the corner. Tex
kind of lured Xander in.
Yeah, claims the one.
Was it a barrel or a fishing rod? Xander got caught by the bait on the end.
And now just dispersing. It's a slow round for Leviatán. They don't want to let anything slip. Make a mistake and get 100 Thieves back into it. They know that of the caliber of team that they can do it. We see it often enough.
Kind of has to
up
be
though and going into the stack.
Yeah, you're looking for it to be clean here for LEV in order to get that snowball going off the back of pistol. and this looks dangerous, not clean.
Dart and the knife, he gets the acknowledgement that there are players here. Do you still want to try and take this forwards? Util is splitting up these players out towards the back of Jenny. It's a risky gambit, but Sato cleans up nevertheless.
Yeah, nicely done. No massive ult snowball to really point at here for LEV as they come into their bonus round, but some decent weaponry. 100 Thieves forced to go for the full armors as well because there was an outlaw coming out here. And so I think, again, another opportunity for King, for the coaching staff of LEV, to cook up some kind of specific round.
Feels so good to not get ecoed.
True.
I agree.
Is there any better feeling? Actually, maybe getting an eco of your own.
Eco of your own, sure.
Yeah. So this, though, I'm trying to pay attention here to what's going on in terms of these gaps. Now, look, this camera in market is something that Kess was not doing very much against Loud. Loud also, though, had shock darts to break it. Com instead going for the shock dart to break a trip that would be in market, not the shock dart that breaks the cam. So this time, no gap in market. Kess covering that, no gap at top mid. EU and Arsena covering that. But it does weaken A little. Normally Xander would be holding this with Arsena very aggressively.
Drone's going to be taking the contact up towards A. Tex himself as well going hunting, fishing for an opportunity. Shots go wide. Cryo's going to be punished as a result of it, and there is no recompense. That's already getting the way out of it. Sato is in through the back of the side. It's a knife towards the back of the bullet to the side of your head. Xander playing claim to the side. A re-clearance is called for. Doubled up and creeping back up onto these angles. He's not done with just the one.
Sick timings from Xander. Both of those kills.
Pushing all the way forward.
All three of those
guy's
kills.
relentless. Doesn't let anything slip. It's a 4K. And a potential ace on the cards. 5 bullets left to do the job. Spots it out.
Go on, go for it.
And he knows he's weak. He knows the damage is done. And there it is. Why not? Another Eye by Power ace.
That one is so individual as well from 100 Thieves. Normally they're a team that loves to fight together to try to get the replayers going with big amounts of utility. This round was really just Xander finding these timings. Look, he slips through a smoke. And catches Sato in the back of the head.
It's all the ones.
Yeah, and just finds not just 1v1s, but straight up like shooting people in the side of the head or the back of the head too, just finding those timings.
Yeah, well, make sure you follow Eye by Power on socials. Hashtag unlock your ace. Plenty of giveaways yet to be had as well. And this looks like 100 Thieves staring straight down the gut. Leviatán looking to try and meet them. That's a smoke up into the face. That's a lot of damage to bullet tag. My God, Arsena was praying that he could get out of that one alive, and he does indeed, but it's going to be limping back into the next engagement.
That is nice from King. He throws the smoke up in the air, so it acts as a one-way for the first couple seconds. And then sinks into the floor.
Trying to re-clear, spawning out a multitude of players.
The mid-default so far working well for LEV, doing damage and breaking the cam in market. So forcing 100 Thieves to have a player over there is going to weaken A main. Thus far, I'm pretty happy with the way that King's calling the attack macro. Looks a bit tighter than what he was calling on Haven. 100 Thieves go to reinforce A. And now remember, there's a gap towards market if Cryo ever leaves.
Door shut on them. Already a kill going to be found. That's EU just poking and prodding. Arsena straight there though, side by side with him and Cryo. Arsena stun is perfection! And the slide is the cherry on top.
30 seconds left.
Filthy work from Arsena.
And why not the back-to-back ace rounds? Why not?
And he had a rough go of things, didn't he? Map number 1. Putting his body on the line for his team to get that win. Stats-wise, he was sitting near the bottom, but he's off to a much better start now.
And on defense side, he loves doing this kind of stuff where he floods into an area that he knows is going to get exploited. Go on, Com, you can win it.
Make a play.
Yeah, unfortunately not going to go for it.
much to the jeers of the crowd.
Boo this man.
Boo. 2-2 though. Evened up. 100 Thieves and off the back of just ridiculous individualism.
Well, but also having a great anticipation that they were going to go back into market.
What a dweeb.
That's what the crowd's saying. I mean, that's what the crowd's saying, man.
You know that one?
I'm not familiar with that one. I've not been listening to that recently. I don't have it on my Spotify.
Leviatán, that weaker weaponry, Cryo not to be baited. Just dodge that flash. Postures and contains over towards B main.
Kess again going for this
Cover going.
camera, broken. Lev would love to force Kess to stop going for this cam. If Kess tries to reposition, put it on site, put it even top mid, right here.
Asana's going to be the player. Try and push back this Lev offense up through mid. Illusion shown.
They're covering it from both sides.
It's done. Bullets. Spraying and praying a little bit there. Rattling them off and Cryo making sure that he just fills it all the way up. Outlaw in hand, that's a bit overzealous. Didn't realize that the actual player would be there. And Com not going to be able to hold on to that Outlaw for long, I don't think. Makes a go of things, but this is 100 Thieves that are really just taking this one quite lightly, to be honest. They're looking jovial on the stage.
Well, I think they've made the right adjustments coming out the back of their VOD review of last week's games. You know, they're making sure that market is not a gap. They're putting less focus on controlling A main, putting much more focus on covering mid. And also, I mean, let's be real too. Lev don't really have somebody that's like Luke Show level lurker. Yeah. It's pretty rare to have somebody who's that good. So even the gaps that do exist, it's a little tougher for Lev to exploit. See that protocol there from 100 Thieves, holding the dart at the beginning just in case it's a fast A-pop. Looking at the ults, thinking that was a possibility.
And the sound baiting as well. Yeah. Slow as anything. Never heard the footsteps.
And a B retake setup here from Kess. Or at least to control the back of the site. Another good cam from him as well that looks at market.
Paranoia in the stun is picture perfect really there. Stuns and collections across the board here. These heads are going to be toppling, rolling, bodies falling to the floor. Leviatán can't even get a foothold going. King will creep past again. Asana watches for it. Jumping out wide. TP out to the open. King is no more.
This was take.
100 Thieves get an opportunity to scrap over towards A main, and they love that. Lev, a lot of their theory falling flat here.
Yeah, it is.
A ton, and then that smoke is so annoying.
I gotta give credit though as well to 100 Thieves. A lot of the little micro things they're doing.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Like Asana's just sound baiting for them to go for the refight.
Yeah.
Hear him running away. They're really playing into 100 Thieves' hands as it stands. Calling for the timeout now. Leviatán have got to change things up.
And one of the big reasons is what the desk was discussing, right? We are not seeing Leviatán contest B at any point because that's where they know Kess is. So they're never going into the anchor player. So Kess is getting huge value without ever being tested. He's bottom of the scoreboard right now, 1 and 2. Only has 2 deaths across 6 rounds because he's just not been like an important factor in terms of his own rifling. But that's because he's got a lot of respect. Lev not going in his direction. They don't want to test the Cypher setups. They know how good 100 Thieves are at flooding back in based on Kess, so they're trying to test the rest of the map, and that's allowing other players to get the value from the brawling, from the team fighting. And this is rough. Again, if Lev lose, they are praying for the downfall of Loud in Loud versus MIBR, which is the final game of Week 5, the final game of Stage 2. So they are going to be sweating all week.
Yeah.
Time to jump.
Definitely not in their hands in terms of them making playoffs if they lose this.
They're going to be coming out in MIBR jerseys.
They really will.
And MIBR themselves don't have much to play for.
They don't.
So that's a rough one.
There it is. Different looks here for Leviatán this time, looking to put some pressure and apply it over towards B. Cryo lying in wait. He's in and he's out. Kill claim. Plan will be going down here for Leviatán though, but they've got to contest with the guns. See if there's some aggro plays. That is a monstrous shock dart. Big damage dealt. Thorns through the side, out as a Hunter's Fury as well. To supplement, see if you can pave away the victory on top of it. Flashes in your face, you're blind as anything, yet still, the util is reigning supreme and saving the day for them. It leaves it just down to Com. In a hell of a position. Down as 1 kill. Hunter's Fury, hello, you're going to be using this? Tap onto it, Xander TPs. Prediction by Cormy, almost tried to send it, yeah.
But now how do you stop this?
Walked into the corner, does ISO it, but now the damage is done, the damage is done! With 2 left into the chamber. Not much you can do from that spot, but a decent go of things nevertheless.
Really smart play from Xander though. Teleporting out, and Com has to cancel, and then TPing back in. If Com had hit the prediction on the teleport though, that would have been nasty. Like, that would have been such a sick outplay, but as it happens, Lev, the first round that they go B, they're on an eco, just trying to change things up a little bit, mess with the flavor, and it doesn't work. So now we're coming into another rifle round, and big adjustment. Tex is going to pick up an attack op to try to make something happen.
Crazy work.
They feel like perhaps they need a pick before they even begin. Or maybe they've identified somebody jiggle peeking that they think they can punish. But I don't really know where.
Slowed them down quite a bit. You're going to see it with a no command forwards. Paranoia. Stun ricocheting onto the corner. A lot of space given up here by 100 Thieves. Happy to just contain and absorb most of this one here with a Seal Guard. And forward Xander steps up to it anyway. But he has knocked Okeanos down to his knees. Tex claims a kill anyway. Off from the side. Spike picked up. Okeanos alongside it. Sato raining down a hail of lead. Cemented himself into the position, but Cryo is looking to see if he can light up the remaining players here. Step forwards again, and the bullets and the kills, they need to be clean. They needed to be clean there, and Okeanos delivers it.
I was worried when King hit that teleport on top of the default box, but Okeanos was there exactly when his team needed him. What a strange round to pick up an attack op if you're just planning to go fast with ults anyway. Yeah, they were just planning to go into a fast A hit with the null command and then the Steel Guard. But all right, I guess they'll be able to play a slower round now without the ultimates with Texas op. Much needed round from Lev in order to reset their economy a bit, but they're still on the ropes. And instantly. Oh, okay.
No.
I thought that was attack
Pausa Technica.
It was a Pausa Technica,
Not
yeah.
Pausa Tactica.
Yeah, no.
There's a difference.
Dude, EU has been having a good game considering his monitor's been turned off. He's been playing by sense of smell.
Yeah, I wish my rank teammates would learn that. Just turning the monitor on, I meant, not the sense of smell. just to be clear. Just to be clear. Now what's happened here? I mean, it's just all, it's lights out. Probably a cable.
Could be.
Someone's been chewing on it again.
I was just trying to remember the lyrics to Pinball Wizard, playing by sense of smell. I just...
What is this guy talking about?
Not a Who fan? Fair enough, fair enough.
Listen, okay. I'm just...
All right, EU managed to get it back.
It's back, it was a short one.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Sweet.
Should be all good then.
Be getting back into it.
Somebody's got hold of the other side of the cable on the other side of the stage. They're just yanking it out.
Messing with them.
Yeah. That was a big round for Leviatán to be able to get. But as I was just about to say, their economy is still not good. Take a look at the money here for Okeanos, Com, and Sato. If they lose this round, they're going to be broken immediately because they have the minimum loss bonus again.
Not ready.
Puts it on its head. Heavy investment from either side here with a util. Contesting over that line of scrimmage. They don't want to give up that A main control. 100 Thieves have been holding on to it, tooth and nail. The only time they've conceded it was when Leviatán had the ultimates to use to try and clear the way, but now all used up. One way to replace, flash up into the corner, glide to the side. That's a lovely way to deal with it. Breaks open space, and a hold from 100 Thieves gets a little bit weaker. One way into the face of EU. No longer swing to take that fight just there. Drone, tag, Xander overstaying. It's going to be side by side with him and Cryo, but they are going to be toppling, falling.
A very nice slow round here from Lev. Pressuring incrementally on A, and now EU forced to make a play, but with very little chance. And meanwhile, by the way, Tex has just been stood like a turret on B with his attack operator, just essentially AFK.
30 seconds
I don't
left.
think they've had too much of a game plan around this attack op, but you know, it has correlated with success.
Spike planted.
This is one of the rounds, though, where I think 100 Thieves will be happy with their macro, and yet they lost anyway. They had Cryo in market. With that cam, they knew there was nobody in mid. They knew there was no one in market. They had no gaps. They had 3 players defending A. But it still all crumbled. The reclear, the flash is really nice. I know you called it out, but that Vice flash in the window that didn't get broken immediately.
Listen, that round was our best round yet. Perfect layering, perfect everything from everybody, bro. We're freezing, we're playing our game. Keep it up.
Yes, and I think the freezing part of Okeanos' statement there is really important, because normally the way that they're calling the fast reactions, I don't think that's a great way to play against 100 Thieves. The faster the tempo goes, I think 100 Thieves are really happy playing that on their defense side.
Hands, really.
Yeah. The more you turn things into team fights, the better it is for 100 Thieves. So if Lev can just piece by piece slowly try to take angles, they're gonna force 100 Thieves to refight back into them, and then you might be able to get a punish. But that Vice Flash was critical because it isolated Asuna. It didn't necessarily catch on Asuna, but it stopped EU and Xander from being able to help. And so you turned the 3 players defending A main into only 1, and Asuna got picked off. Need to see 100 Thieves break that Vice Flash if they try a similar thing again. And Lev, they are trying a similar thing again by the look of things. Yeah. Okeanos with the IGLing, he's like, yeah, our best round yet. Let's run it back, boys.
Run it back again. We'll see if there's adjustments of 100 Thieves.
Well, look at the Vice Flash. So this is something where I would expect them to realize roughly where it was and try to break this.
Bit of pre-fire at the beginning of the round. Doesn't look like it, though. Just util held, primed by EU. Big reveal onto Xander. Crossfire set up and forwards. It's the fight to be taken. Just off of Asuna's contact, the paranoia is just a little bit too late. Lev are picking this A-hole to pieces.
Yeah, it's nice. That one way, again, stopping EU from helping in the middle of that fight. And somebody already posted on elbow.
Yeah, it's very tempted.
And because they're contacting up, they're not giving away the perfect timing for Xander to paranoia. So the paranoia ends up being late. They have found the right adjustment here. It's pretty late in this series, but they finally feel like they've figured out a way of calling their attacks.
Have to take this one. Brute force, 5 players grouped together. Site they've been largely avoiding, but now they need to fear it too much. Kess is still going to be doing the most that he possibly can from this spot, but already shredded by the bullets, and a glide to the side is enough. Just disrupts and upsets his crosshair placement, enough for Okeanos to capitalize. Cryo and EU. Do you really want to make a go of this? Looks like it. Money situation's a little bit weird for 100 Thieves here, but I still want to see if they can try and fight forwards. Okeanos, though, first line of defense. And if he goes down, the Thorns are next. Good plan position, EU recognizes it. He has to give up this.
Yeah. It was only a couple rounds ago that we were talking about Leviatán's economy being on the rocks. And despite the fact that they'd won a round, we were saying, you know, there's still a chance of them getting fully ecoed again. Well, look at the money now. At the end of round 10, they're the ones that'll never have to play another eco in this half. 100 Thieves, very much on the other side of things. EU's going to be the only player with a rifle to work with. And Asuna's still a long way from his ultimate, so it's not even like you can rely on the Neon ult to be able to get you through a round. I think it's time to, maybe not in this round, maybe in the next rifle, put Kess over towards A. They were doing that a couple of times in their previous game, but Kess has been playing B pretty much every single time. Leave him on B this time because it's an eco, but I think for round 12, swap it up.
Same playbook for the eco for 100 Thieves. Stacking up through mid, even getting a bit of a push on up through tiles here, but Com Hunter's Fury in the tag is an attempt to punish. EU is fast with it, but again, Hunter down, locked down in place there. Hunter's Fury doing a lot stun. Uh-oh, Sado. We're hearing it. Gliding to the side, Asuna seeking to escape. He's barely out of there.
Tex visibly frustrated at missing that shot. He hasn't had many chances with the op. And I don't think they're aware at all of Kess's position. Asuna caused such a distraction. Com still has a drone to clear through mid, to clear through elbow, any of these kind of spots.
I do have to. That's the second time that's happened. I know they're doing it for info on the A shoreline, but just seeing the team blind is making me chuckle.
And Kess has actually retreated from his position.
Yeah.
He was tucked deep
Pulls
down
back.
mid. Might have had a kill or something here.
You say that.
Xander does hard clear it.
3 players are ingrained. Ah, Kess misses the timing. He was onto the cam. Now the speed up called for. Wall up and over towards the top. Xander is taking pot shots. Just with that Sheriff in hand still. How do you tangle and dismiss this when you can? Finally, Tex gets his chance.
It's so funny watching Kess with his attack op, man. Oh, sorry, watching Tex with the attack op. He's running it like a rifle anyway. Can Cryo make this work?
Trying to fake evaded out. What a shot through the box. Hello. There it is.
The kills that Tex is getting with this op are just ridiculous.
Leviatán are going to be taking the lead just by 1.
I swear it hasn't been relevant, but the, the kills he's getting are superb to watch. They definitely figured something. Yeah, that is a weird one. Just went through his armpit.
Yeah.
So this next round, I want to see 100 Thieves mix up their defensive setup. They've been running a very similar defensive setup, basically the whole half. And now after 4 in a row for Lev winning, are they going to change anything? Not much. Still Kess, hard holding B.
Looking down towards mid. Tex is gone. He's going to be calling that out to his team though, and that's why they're trying to at least take space off the back of it. An instant reaction and pivot perhaps, but that dart is easily dealt with, but as flashes into your face, a stun to replace it. Sato's just trying to slow down the approach here and calling for the pause. Everybody's slowing it down. Again, you don't want to fall into the trap of 100 Thieves. They love to brawl, they love to team fight.
Yeah, I'm glad that Lev called the cancel on that one. And partially because I think Sato lost his retinas. He was the most blind anyone has ever been.
Absorbing the util.
Fake ultimate here from King. Trying to put the panic into 100 Thieves. No one really reacting to it, though. And again, King calling a re-hit. He does love to call re-hits rather than rotates from one site onto the other. There are 2, 3 players here ready to defend.
1 player with a dart faking a presence, and Cryo's got the ult to clear this space immediately, so they're going to know.
That's going to call the timing.
Yeah, spotting it out there. Seen it, dart sent against the back wall. Leviatán definitely winning these fights out still here and now. Asuna is looking to see if he can make another go of it. Up onto the corner. 1 player to try and hold them back. These trips are still online, active and ready, but King and Okeanos, they swing and they lay claim towards it. 7-5 is the finish for the first half of Sunset.
That's so bold from King. He just rezzed Okeanos in the middle of the site alone. And then they hard swung both of them at the end.
30 seconds left.
Lev flying on that fragging. That worked really well from them in the first half of Haven.
Nice! Come on, baby! Come on, Cryo. Come on.
The 7-5 half. Lev will be happy with.
Yeah, the energy sky high. Lev know what they're playing for right now. A chance to hold destiny in their own hands. Well, a narrow lead here for Leviatán, 7-5, just 2 rounds really. It's on a nice edge, and we've seen these leads tossed before, literally in the prior map, to be honest. So 100 Thieves fully know that they're capable of running it back any number of rounds to see if they can shut down the upstarts. It is Leviatán looking to see if they can keep the, I suppose, destiny is what I've been calling it, but playoffs in their own hands as well. Leviatán would love to take this to map 3, love to take the series overall, because it means that much to them.
Yeah, it'd be a fabulous win for Leviatán if they're able to pull it out, getting them to second in the group.
I'm out of here.
I think both teams will be happy with the first half. A lot of it coming down to this pistol. LEV have been so good this stage with the pistol rounds. But they did go 1-1 on Haven. Part of why 100 Thieves were able to get back into that game after the 9-3 half. 100 Thieves do a bit of a B default here. Go in, take the orb, start to retreat.
Yeah, what a change of pace this is compared to almost the entirety of Haven we were seeing was bodies. Fights taken constantly against one another.
If you remember the second half pistol though, actually, it really was a bit more like this. Poking, prodding, both teams slow.
King, see acknowledgement. Wasn't looking for kills, just looking for the info, so immediately backs himself up and away, but hold on. There's a hole in the defense, spotted out here. 100 Thieves looking to make their moves over towards it, and yeah, tripled up. Holding it down, King's lucky that he hasn't taken too much damage in the process.
He was also expecting all of the util to come out though, and 100 Thieves save it until now.
Sent on either side here. Comms found Kess, that was straight up the gut. Down towards mid. Don't have to worry about the lurk play occurring, and util is going to be flying out on either side here. Bodies falling, and the shots lights out for Cryo. You looking to supplement as well. It just sweeps in from the side, but he's going to be paying a price because of it. Sits back down into the spectator scene. It's a 2v2. King taken out, and Cryo! It's a monstrous round from him. A 4-piece.
And massive credit to his teammates there as well though. Because while Cryo's aim is excellent, take a look at it in the replay and look at how well he trades off the rest. Asuna pulled all 3 of those players' attention, and Cryo just got some nice free hits. Here, he kind of
clicky is so good, so good.
he allows Xander to die and trades him out as well. So 4 trade kills from Cryo in that round, backing up the rest of his team, making sure that they're facing together in 2 little duos. And Lev stacking what looks like the wrong side of the map to open. Though Xander with the spike is in that direction.
Yeah, he's very much alone. You're all right. I mean, it's a 100 Thieves team. All in on the double duelist compared to what the rest of the region is really trying to play, but...
Yeah, we saw it from the desk earlier, playing 70% double duelist compared to the regional average of 30, I think it was.
Yeah, it just fits 100 Thieves like a glove, though. Asuna to take the Aya, usually he's going to be the tip of the spear. And sometimes he gets it done, sometimes he doesn't, but usually the space created, it's enough for Cryo to capitalize.
Now
We're
this
seeing it. Oh dear.
does not look great.
Now we'll see if they use util. I'm able to navigate most of it because I've seen teams on Ecos win with less, and here it is, a fight to be taken. That's a shot to the dome, though. Classic in-hand damage done. Flash around the corner. Combs managed to find himself 2. Another flash on top of it. These players are blind. Has anything come? Oh.
Well, he makes them pay.
Yep.
But Kess gets it over the line in the end and saves, what, 1 Bulldog? No, I think he got a Vandal out of the back of that. Oh, that is rough.
I'd love to see the 100 Thieves players POV. Presumably, yeah, I would love to see Xander's, I think, because he was one of the last players alive, and I think he was blinded the most.
Yeah.
Just everything being said. That almost worked out in their favor.
Yeah, and Om there doesn't so much look disappointed they didn't win the round as just...
The damage done.
Yeah, the damage done's enormous. It means that 100 Thieves don't have a bonus here. This is just them forcing into the round with 2 judges. 1 for the Neon and 1 for the Yoru Ultimate.
Collins had a chance of a punish! Chance of a punish! And that's it. He smelt it. There was a chance, and more so here with a dimensional drift and a paranoia. These players are being corralled into a corner. You've been put into the blender.
What a strat.
Sato and Leviatán are looking to at least immediately seal up these gaps, undo the damage that has been done with the rifles in their hands, doing a decent job of it, at least with Xander. It's going to be dropped. These players anchoring tight. 100 Thieves almost looking like they were squaring up, gearing up for another refight towards a spawn. Now that the dart's online, sent it flying forwards. Broken. 3 versus 3. Leviatán going to be diligent with it, alongside a util, underhand with the flash. Spotting and pulling out these players' positions, but Cryo finally removed. Time is going to start to tick though. On top of this spike here, the smoke is propped up, and already your chances are running high and dry. And Asuna, he's mowing you down! Nasty business to be going up against that.
That's so cool from 100 Thieves. First of all, the fact that they already have the Yoru ult built up is enormous. They're so good at prioritizing these ult cycles. Genuinely, they're amazing at it. And then also, they run a very similar strat on Bind, where they do a lamps crunch with double shotguns on an eco.
The judge? He's a bop, bop, bop.
And that's what they did. The bop, bop, bop. And that's on a force buy. But it's also done the same kind of thing as a bonus. It's knocked Leviatán's economy. That one, both teams are in the balance there, with ecos ready to crash.
I'll be keen to do some more damage.
Guess what? 100 Thieves have taken the lead. It is feeling a bit like Haven.
Steadily, but surely. Drone spots out Cryo. TP getaway. Down mid, though. This is going to be brawly. This is going to be potentially a bloodbath. Needs to be some pushback, answer-back at least. But these Sheriffs are singing right now for Leviatán. As much as you want to overstep yourself, you can't get overzealous. 100 Thieves know this. Spike's been dropped down. Backup is going to be called for, but losing control of mid.
Asuna wants to fight,
He
man.
really does. You can see it, man. He's like a dog on the leash, but they won't let go of it. King, he's ripping off heads. Asuna sends it flying forwards, but it's a prime delivery. That's a rifle straight to your lap. And Xander, you might have reclaimed that spike, but your chances in this round are looking nigh impossible.
If he manages to isolate a 1v1.
Hard one though, straight through the box. Bullets are rattled. No real damage done. 11 sure that they are grouping up for this. Already just trying to bait themselves out. Lovely bit of techers from Sato, the backwards dashing glide.
100 Thieves, just when it looked like they might have been able to take control of this map, it's ripped away from them. Lev with the walk down mid, and Sato with a couple of really nice shots. I mean, the follow-up stun too, really clean.
Mid.
But the fact that that then dropped the spike and just left 100 Thieves in a spot where they felt like they had to refight through mid. Brutal one.
Now we win.
Lev win their first of the half. But remember that the previous eco was also insanely close.
Yeah.
Con with the classic getting a 4K, so those two rounds, the ones that they've been the most successful on, weirdly. Can 100 Thieves do it back?
Out of here.
I think it's harder on the attack.
Yeah, definitely so.
I'm out of here.
Unless if your opponent's playing into your hand.
Cryo takes another ult orb. Again, I do want to give credit to 100 Thieves. It's something that they are very good at focusing on in rounds like this. And building up towards Cryo and EU's ult, that combo can certainly win you another attack round.
Go, go, go.
Laser spotted. There's a few stray shots, nothing much more. Again, 100 Thieves are hoping that Leviatán will make mistakes, open themselves up into the round, give a chance for 100 Thieves to get a kill, potentially snowball it.
You see the pings on the map over towards B here. Tex, the player that's going to have to step up, deal with these ecos.
Decoy sent. Still not deaded yet though. TP forwards, now the Thorns are forwards, and alongside that flash, Cryo barely alive, not for much longer. Shotdat be laying claim to his life. Asuna reveals his position and hand. Stray shots in through the smoke. Rattle him back onto those longer sight lines. We're brought into a 3v3. Time though, it's of the essence. 25 seconds left to work with. 100 Thieves call for the fight. Forwards, not giving up too much more of this space. Asuna is hungry for it. Hungry for more. They drifted him right bloody back.
The Thrifties are ridiculous. But also, what is Lev doing in this round? Where did their skill disappear to just when they needed it the most? Tex, whiffy as anything. I think it was Okeanis in Boba that was really struggling there to win that fight as well. God, a couple of Couple of players that dropped the ball.
Nice! Thrifty!
They're right back.
Yeah, we're back into another bonkers economical situation where whichever team loses is going to be at least have a couple of players that are in a bad spot.
Yeah, only silver lining. LEV are building up to a few ults of their own, but
Cover going
just
out.
when you think they've got that foothold, yanked back down again by 100 Thieves. Steadily as they go up, Xander's just holding this one. Hold on, what is going on here? Thunder's Fury offloaded off the back of what? Not too sure, but it's just a one tag and nothing else.
I mean,
Interesting.
Normally you'd expect that to be a drone punish, but EU didn't even use the drone. So yeah, I don't know what the trigger was on that.
Aggro with the hold. Stingers though, the rifle's got to try and do the work here from this point and from this position. King! Oh my God, man! Looking like bloody royalty.
Well, if we were complaining about some of the mechanics in the previous round from LEV,
All right.
this round was redemption. Tying things back up 9-9. King getting one of those fully blinded as well at the end. That push up in A-Main. They were very committed here. They had to go for that. Trading out there.
One enemy remaining.
Onto Sato. And 100 Thieves now, their eco's going to be in a weird spot. Because I think 3 of them can buy, but 2 of them can't. So that's a really odd situation. Because you totally could justify going for a force buy here. They have the Dimensional Drift into Hunter's Fury. Amazing ult combo on the attack. And so you could load, Cryo up with even a shorty, but like, some kind of light weapon.
Judge again.
Yeah, Bucky, Judge, Stinger, whatever it is. And I think you could genuinely win this round if you decided to force into it. But if you do decide to force and use ults and you lose, you're in a horrible spot. So it depends what kind of risk you're comfortable taking. Letting LEV get up to 10 and build up an economy could be a risk of its own, though. What is the input here coming from Ziggs? Do they decide to send this one?
Yep, looks like it. Money is a bit of a buy-up.
Yeah, you can see the economy here. They've gone for it. Judge, Stinger, 3 rifles. So this is all in for 100 Thieves.
It is.
But they, like I said, they've got the ults for it.
Money is tumultuous. Win-loss, win-loss. I mean, the bonus for losing removed, wiped off the slate. Straight down mid again. Sato. Pulled past it. All respected, though. Sees the peak down for at least the bottom section now. 100 Thieves are taking this one slowly.
Honestly, I think it would be nice to give Xander the Vandal, so Asuna could just use his ultimate, but who knows? Maybe Asuna will hit something ridiculous.
There it is, Cryo. Dimensional Drift.
He's not going to see any targets here for EU to go for.
I mean, everyone playing off site. Leviatán, full A retake. And a deep push themselves. They are slowly clearing up the question marks on the map. Kess, the net's closing. Here's the footsteps raining down upon him, but the trade is in sight, and there it is. So he gets the one for his trouble. EU's now time to return the favor. He's trying to hold this one back.
EU hears a lot, though. He realizes that there's nobody coming in his direction.
Gotta be scared of the noise bait, but again, that paranoia for a paranoia. Hunter's Fury on top of it now. Players can't see much! That's caution to the wind and a little bit more. He's going for an absolute crazy play. Still guarded, locks away the weaponry. Leviatán had all the tools at their disposal to try and take this one cleanly. Time still ticking, though. Sato onto that defuse. Already got themselves half. Slipping his way past that smoke again. The shot darts are in your face. And Leviatán get the lead once more.
The Gambit blows up in 100 Thieves' face there. They decided to force into the round, went for the ult combo, and LEV read it. I was saying this on Haven, but LEV on the defense side have a very good awareness of which ults their opponents are going to use and how to avoid value from it. Here, you see the way that Sato just steps in front of the Hunter's Fury? Asuna is expecting them to respect that. He thinks he'll have that space for free. And the showman finds a really critical one. And this is the potential problem with what 100 Thieves did in the previous round.
Oh my goodness, okay.
They're now on a weird half fight with Stingers.
Xander's all the way in your spawn, son! How do you deal with this one? No Sidearm's going to be saving you, but the Thorns have to be dead nice and early. Tex is a one-man army! It's a three-piece before finally this guy is shut down. Sato, there with the cleanup.
And despite some nice pathing from 100 Thieves, Tex and the rest of LEV are on point. They are determined to send things through to Lotus. A map that 100 Thieves recently did win on as map 3, but it used to be their permaban. So
One enemy remaining.
this series could easily flip.
Into anyone's favor. Leviatán up by 2. Money in the back pocket, 100 Thieves can get a buy together.
Another critical one though.
Yeah.
Gotta win this, otherwise LEV are up. Map point.
Position here for the flash. The peek forward to the paranoia. It's sent on either sides. Deep knife as well. Tucks and gets some suppression onto Asuna.
Quite a nice defensive wall there from Sato.
They're doubled up.
But they're gonna fight elbow.
Maybe thinking twice against it.
Info from Xander.
Here.
Thinks they're fighting it. 100 Thieves, jump, clear. Are they ready for the repush though, the other direction? LEV don't normally refight like this.
They really don't know. Perfectly willing to try and make this play into their own hands. They hit a drone. That's a time to strike, but the difference maker is all Sato.
How's he got 2?
Tugged into the corner. There should have been no chance in hell. The spike has dropped down. They're willing to concede it. Give up the space. Play your lives. Play it together. Drops back. Just jiggling for the info, but just catching him into transit. He was dropping down off the box.
Tex looking to find a timing too.
2v2. Already Cryo's taking that point. Tex! Can't do it all.
Oh, just magical there from Cryo at the end. Sato had a couple of kills I don't really understand how people get. And then on the other side of things, Cryo's delivered at the final moments. The 2K,
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
really good adjustment.
Time to
And
check.
a critical round.
The money being knocked around though. And that's King. Oh, hello. Okay, 2,000 career kills. Most long-standing players. The veteran presence onto the server.
He's always been a pretty good fragger. But now it's really his calling that's being tested in this game, I think. Xander going for the TP into the corner. He did this last time, but it was just for information. He's in a fairly committed spot. Does still have the Omen ultimate, so, you know, pivots around the map with the spike can still be made. But Kess is starting to join back up with the rest of 100 Thieves, so this is going to be an A hit. I think it's one of the first times that Tex has actually been anchoring A with Thorns, with the Vice Wall. Might be a little unexpected, but also there's not really, like, he's not in a committed position. He doesn't have teammates that are in committed positions. They know that this is going to be an A hit right now, but the rest of LEV are on the other side of the map, clearing out B main.
Game plan, still going to be playing for that A retake. I think whenever the Dimensional Drift is online, Cryo clears the way. Getting his team back in. One's going to be skipped past, and Xander's going to be able to get that plant down.
30
Yeah, the
seconds
Vice
left.
util there didn't really do much.
5 forwards. 100 Thieves.
Tex checking that one way.
To the back here, these players are trying to make it move towards it. Okeanos will supplement, at least receive, and send some fire straight back at them. Kesto lurking straight up through mid. Finds his time to strike and strikes well indeed. Saturday is at a blitzer in place. He's looking to try and take this one far forward to get with that overdrive. Anticipation onto the corner. This kid is lights out. He's trying to shut them down and bring his team up to 12.
Another monstrous round from this rookie player.
Cold.
He's been lighting the server up every time he's stepped up the Leviatán. I've been particularly looking at his Yoru because the Yoru stats are just out of the world incredible. But here on Neon, again finding spectacular value. The Com is loving it.
Plays like that. Map 3 in their sights. And with it, a chance to claim a place in playoffs.
And look at what they've done to 100 Thieves by.
It's all over the place here. Thieves just sending everything against it. Kitchen sink over towards A main.
Gotta go.
Very similar kind of opening to the round from 100 Thieves. They realize that they're getting A main for free. They should be able to capitalize off the back of that. But Lev's retakes have just looked too good.
How are you going to be dealing with it? Tex also just saving onto an ult of his own.
I mean, to be honest, Tex's ult is not going to do that much. 100 Thieves have already got a terrible buy.
The Sheriffs, yeah. Calling for the pause. 100 Thieves hoping that there's some re-exploration into them, but they're perfectly happy to play for the retake, as we've already been mentioning. Showing a presence. Bullets flying forwards. No
You're expecting some post-plant aggression here from 100 Thieves because their eco's so bad. So, Lev should be expecting something like this.
I mean, you hear the drop down, I think, as well. Jig is up, already expected. Looking to collect, capitalize, and collapse onto these players. Cryo is the last one left standing. Steel Gun will be ripping away your chances. Down to the secondaries, and down to no chance at all. 13-10, Leviatán. They do not want to be denied their chance. See if they can lay claim to that spot into playoffs.
We were talking about the vetoes and how Leviatán have got themselves into a good position, but honestly, both of these maps really close affairs.
Yeah.
Lev this time with a 7-5 lead at the half, able to close things out. And they looked really nice there on those A-side retakes. Had a great read on what 100 Thieves were going to do with their ults, with the way that they were going to play the site execs, the post-plant aggression. But it is anyone's game.